So authorization is different than authentication. Authorization involves what you can see and what you can change. So basically you are given permission to see certain parts of the application and to change certain parts of the application. To implement authorization, we are going to add the authorize attribute. And then if we want the public to have access to something, we're going to allow anonymous. So with authorize, there are parameters that you can include that specify specific users or roles. User roles can be for groups of people. Okay, so if you just have authorize, it basically means that people need to be logged in to see it. If you use the authorize with the parameters, then you're really limiting what people can do. You can basically get down to the level of only these people have access to certain views. Okay, so what we're going to be covering is how to use kind of the generic form, and then we will be using authorize with roles. So you can see how to do it both ways. When you're adding the authorize attribute, you can apply it to an action method. And when you do that, you just put it right above the action method, or you can apply it to an entire controller. And if you do that, it's going to go right below the namespace, right above where you are creating that controller. And then it's going to be applied to every single action method that is in the controller. Now, regardless of if you apply it to a single action method or to the entire controller, you are going to need to add the using statement, Microsoft ASP.NET Core authorization. Okay, it's going to flag an error if you don't add that. Now, if you apply authorize to an entire controller, you may want to allow the public to see the index or to see a certain action method in view. And allow anonymous is the way you give public access to an action method and view. So what we're going to do on HandsOn3 is we're going to add the authorize attribute to all three of our controllers: members, children, and parent, child. And then we are going to add allow anonymous to the member controller index method. Okay, so pull this up here. I'm going to open up all three of those controllers. So it's the children, members, and parent. Okay, and then we are going to add authorize to each one, and you can see it is flagging it. And here's the fix. And then I'm just simply going to copy this and add it to the others. And I'm going to copy the using directive. Let me save. And then I need to add allow anonymous to members. And I'm going to put it right over the index action method. Okay, so Quick run a build. I can't imagine that I have an error, but you never know. And then I'm going to go ahead and run my app. So basically, if I'm logged in, I'm going to be able to see everything. So what I need to do is log out. So I'm not logged in. And now if I try to go into parents, I can see it because this is the one that is allowing anonymous. Okay, but if I go into kids, it's routing me to log in. If I go to families, it's routing me to log in. Okay, let me go back to families. Okay, so it's not going to allow me to see kids or families unless I actually log in. Helps if you keep things in right. Oops, I think it's scooby@do.net. Yay, okay, so now it's going to let me see everything because I logged in.